Howdy, y'all. Caleb here. Today we're talking Fulminators. We got some Stormcast Eternals. I want to look at this unit here because you may know that one of my sons plays Stormcast Eternals, and he loves the Fulminators. He's been running these guys out against me constantly for the last year or so, and they were incredibly tough versus shooting previously. But they've got a new Warscroll update, and they're not as tough as they used to be, but whew, boy, howdy, do these guys slap now. So we're going to look at some of this damage that these guys do. And are these Fulminators the best dragons in the new Stormcast Eternals book? Let's take a look. All right, so first up, we just have our standard Warscroll we'll look at real quick. They're 230 points for two of them, 6 wounds each, 3 up save. 3 up save. Everything's getting a 3 up save now. I guess it's kind of Stormcast Eternals thing. 7 bravery, 10-inch move. They do have a Storm Blast weapon. It's a missile weapon, 12 inches. Just roll a dice on a 4-up. It does D3 mortal wounds. Going to get some mortal wounds too. That's great, especially the bigger the unit is, the better. Note that this is actually really good in Unleash Hell. If somebody charges you and you've got 4 of these guys, you're going to roll those, and there's no penalty because it doesn't actually have a to hit. So that's pretty nice. I'm not gonna count that in my damage tables just because that's a missile attack. We're looking at the melee here. On its melee, it's got Storm Strike Glaive. It's 5 attacks for each model. 3s, minus 2 rend, 1 damage, but you do get to increase it up to 3 damage on the charge. Claws and Fangs melee, 3 attacks, 3s, minus 2 rend, and 2 damage. So we've got quite a few attacks. We got more attacks than we used to have, and that's kind of nice because they aren't as tough as they used to be, but now they're going to hit a lot harder. So what kind of damage does that do? It's actually not that impressive the way it is right here. So we see here against the 4-up save, which there's not a lot of 4-up saves nowadays. Everybody's going to be boosting that down. But let's keep it at the average. 4-up save, you're doing 8 damage. That's not that great for 230 points. Usually you're looking for a little bit more than that for 230 points. But wait, we've got some buffs. So let's look at these buffs here. And I want to point out a couple of these. We're going to go through them pretty quick. But these come from the new battle, the new battle tome. And one here is the spell lore. This is Celestial Blades. Has a casting value of 5, aka very easy to cast. And especially, you have a big giant dragon wizard with +3 to cast. So it's literally impossible to fail. Well, I guess if you roll 2 1s, then you miscast. But you know what I mean. All right. Anyway, let's get back to this. If successful, pick 1 friendly Stormcast units. Eternals unit, wholly within range, visible to caster. Add 1 to wound rolls for attacks made with melee weapons until your next hero phase. So that's great. Anything that you can add +1 to wound, because that's a little bit harder to get to, is fantastic. So right now, all those melee's attacks right now are on 3s and 2s. So 3s to hit, 2s to wound. So that's really good, especially because we can easily just add all-out attack for +1 to hit. So now we're on 2s to hit, 2s to wound. So already this unit's looking quite juicy. Let's look at prayers. So we have some incredible Stormcast Eternals prayer lore here. One that I want to highlight is Divine Light. And that one is, let me not cover up my own words. This one is a casting value of 3. And you reroll hit rolls of 1 for a target. So you are applying this to an enemy target, which means, hey, if you've got more than 1 Fulminator unit going into it, or more than 1 of anything, then they all get it. So that's pretty nice. You get to reroll hit rolls of 1s for attacks, for hits. Fantastic. Rerolls are going away, except we got some rerolls here. So that is very nice to have in this book. This isn't really relevant to this discussion, but Translocation is a great prayer too. Just a teleport on a answer value of 3. Fantastic. But this other blessed weapons here, this one is also a very good one because this one, you apply it to your unit. It has a casting value of 3, or a prayer value of 3, chant value of 3. I think that's what it's called. Until your next hero phase, unmodified hit roll for an attack made with that unit is a 6. The attack scores 2 hits on the target instead of 1. Holy cow. Now we are exploding the hits of the Fulminators. We already had a bunch of attacks. They're hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s if we got Divine Light, and now all the 6s will explode into extra attacks. That's awesome. I did want to highlight the Lord Relictor here, a great priest who has a +1 to his chant. He's already got two good prayers on his Warscroll, but I kind of want to take three priests. All of these prayers are fantastic. So good luck deciding what to take in your army. There is another buff that I just want to mention, a Holy Command. You basically get this, you just choose one of these, and then you can use it once per battle. And this Holy Command, Steadfast March, actually lets you run and still charge later in the turn. So this is great because those Fulminators do only have a 10-inch move. And so if you're looking to hit that Alpha Strike, if you're looking to hit something far away, or if they're trying to just stay out of your range, you pop this Steadfast March, and now you can run and charge with these guys. That's awesome. So what does our ending profile look like? So each one still has 5 attacks. That's our standard profile there. But we got +2 if we're charging to the damage for the glaives. We got +1 to wound rolls from Celestial Blades. We have reroll hit rolls of 1 from Divine Light. We have 6s to explode from Blessed Weapons. All out attack, of course. That's +1 to hit. And so what we've done here is we have a couple of prayers that are going to go off on 2s if we're taking the Relictor. We have 1 spell and 1 command point. That's not a lot of buffs. I mean, it's stuff that you're going to use on this unit, send it out, and then you're going to use those support heroes on other things. You're going to buff up another unit and send it out. I mean, these are great pieces. Nothing wasted here. And I'm going to take that unit to 4 models at 460 points. That is still a great bargain there. You're getting 4 Fulminators, 6 wounds each. That's 24 wounds, and you're able to get a lot of attacks out of there. You want to see how much damage that is? Are you ready? Yes. So it's a total of 20 attacks. We're hitting on 2s, wounded on 2s, -2 rem, 3 damage, reroll on 1s, 6s hit to explode. We've got 12 Claw and Fangs attacks doing the same thing. And look at that. 66 damage versus a 4-up save. Even if you're going up against like a 2-up save Mega Gargant, like they've given you Mystic Shield and all-out defense, hey, you're still going to one-shot it. 4 Fulminators. Just one shot of Mega Gargant. So, that's crazy. That is awesome. So, all of a sudden, my son who... Let's take a look at these pictures again. Here's his Fulminators. Now I'm all of a sudden terrified of this unit. So here we're running them in a unit of 6, and I think there could be a play for that. Now you're never going to be able to attack with 6 because you have to keep coherency between these. So I only mathed it out at 4 attacking because that's really all you're ever going to. Their bases are just too big. But if you do take it in 6, guess what? If somebody decides to charge you, now you have 6 D3 mortal wounds that might be coming back at them. Nice. Also, if let's say they put in a bunch of damage and let's say they clear 18 wounds through your 3-up save, which is probably going to be at a 2-up because you're at all-out defense. Let's say they kill these off. Now rally, and you might be bringing them back. So 6 is good to help in those rallies and claim objectives. They all count as two on objectives. So it's pretty awesome there. If by some chance I had to run the numbers on this, let's pretend you can get one of them killed, and now you don't have to worry about unit coherency. Now you can pull that guy around, and he can attack. Let's say 5 buffed up, just for giggles here. 83 damage from 5 of them with the same buffs. Oh man, that's insane. That's insane. All right, let's see. But are these guys the best dragons in the new Stormcast army? They easily beat out the other Dracothian Guard. Sorry, whatever that's called. Dracothian Guard. They easily beat those out, especially on the charge. These guys will win any day of the week against those guys. But what about the new Storm Drake Guard, the big dragons? Surely those guys are better. Well, the Storm Drake Guard are more expensive. But if we apply all the same buffs to them, which you can, because it's all just Stormcast stuff, you're looking at only 44 damage versus a 4-up save. So the Storm Drake Guard they're a little bit tougher. They have a few more wounds. They have some tricks. They might do a few more mortals and shooting, and they're definitely faster, and they fly. So it's got all that in its column. But they're 55 points more expensive for each of those units. and they do 50% less damage. You're talking we took 20 something damage off of what the Fulminators can do. So Fulminators by far are the more damaging unit. Put those buffs on those Fulminators, send them out, and wreck wreck whatever you touch. So pretty awesome. I don't know. Have we entered the Fulminator meta? Let me know. I know that around my house, I'm about to have to deal with Fulminators every time I play my son. All right. Should we do some more Stormcast Eternal content here? Or should we just leave it at this one off? Let me know in the comments below. We'll catch you guys next time.